I think we are starting now with the first round, with the so-called qualification, where we have time attack mode on 5 maps that will be played 5 minutes each. The top 4 goes directly into the final, and place 5 to 20 qualifies to round number 2, and everything from that will be explained then. And I'm joined again. I'm just gonna do it because I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. I'm joined by Sky. Hello.
Hi. Hello. And yeah, let's do this. I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's see who tackles these time attack qualifications best.
Yeah, I mean, top 20 for the skill players should be no problem, but I think we will have a rough fight for the top 4. But also what you have to consider in this time attack, let's say not one DNF, but one bad round on a track, so one bad finish, and you could also get eliminated because we have a stacked player field today.
It is definitely a high pressure situation, especially for the players that do not see themselves now in the top 5 maybe of the time attack qualifications, but that know that they really have to get to their limits to make it into the next round, maybe even into the final. And for them, it will be much more difficult than for someone like Harry or Muda, who can drive these good times that will bring them to the next round almost routinely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Krishan for that first round, because Muda has respawned. So let's just see how many players are finishing, as Krishan has, not the best amount of speed, but still finds himself here, I would say, top 20 to top 15. So a good round. And also what is super important in this kind of format when it's time attack, just get a run through. Get a run through. This will relieve a lot of pressure for you. And also, if it's not a bad time, you have a run standing there, and it's better than nothing, you know? But yeah, people are finishing here with 46 times. I have no idea what the WR is, but maybe it's the point 23 by Kanzinka on the left. But maybe some hidden offline strategies have been embraced here. So maybe you can give us more information about that here on Confused Spirits by Birne.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, the 46.2 is indeed the world record. We also see Derby and Muda right behind that with the .3s. And then another name that we haven't mentioned yet, and that is Striker, 96. Also someone who is currently leading the qualification and who is definitely a name that we will see in at least round 2 and possibly in the final.
Definitely a player that can reach the final. Also, I've seen him in a lot of Track of the Day, so he's not only playing Full Speed or SpeedFun, he's also playing other styles. A player that I think is not active for that long, if I recall it correctly, but he has improved a lot. So nice seeing him here also on the first place here with a .74, which is only 0.5 away from WR, so a good start for him, to say the least, as I'm spectating Yulo Dude TM at the moment, who's currently occupying P number 10, which is ahead of Chroma from Team EVO. So let's see what Yulo Dude can do in this round, as he finds himself already 0.26 behind, and we can see Chroma there crashing through the CP. But yeah, looking good for him here. Maybe he can improve a little bit, but he's not really gaining towards his PB, and also a bad release here in this part where he lost a lot of momentum, so this won't be a good or like a huge improvement, if it's even an improvement at all. And no, he is plus 0.20, 0.30, 0.36, and yeah, let's go with someone else. Who should we spectate? You have someone to
Let's
suggest?
go maybe with Ixon, because he is one of the top players that does not yet have a time. And a lot of the other very good players already have solid times, and he still has to finish.
Yeah, and Ixon currently is on a good run. He's only 400 behind and got a really good downhill there. So he's actually occupying that 3rd position in that CP. Also a very good turn there. I think he had a little bit of an SD by the exit and just released the perfect amount. But actually he lost something with that. But let's see. He just has to finish this round. Very, very close turn there. And it is enough here for an actually 4th position. Now make it a 5th position. 15 thousandths behind the 4th position, which is occupied by Ollie 135. Do I know Ollie 135? Actually, and also Exxon has dropped to P6. because someone has overtaken him. Maybe it was Sinus Apple, who is currently on 3rd.
Harry now with a new best time, a .45. That's already quite a strong time for the qualifications. And yeah, Ollie is indeed a name that I also did not have on my radar. So it's always interesting to see who comes forward in these tournaments and shows themselves.
Yeah, true, actually. I mean, we have still 1 minute left, and we have Lucky 217 who hasn't finished yet. And maybe someone else hasn't a rather bad run. Let me actually check here in that bottom. So it's always hard to really spectate a time attack seeding because so many things are going on. But so far, I think all of the players who are like favorites, let's say Harry, Kanzinka, Sinus Apple, and also Muda and Ixon, are for me in the where they are belonging, and that's in the top 10.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, let me actually go into the free camera here and see if someone still is finishing.
Maxi just brought a run to the finish, and that brought him from 1000th behind the 20th place to the 12th place.
That is very good, and the top 20 is definitely a place you want to look for. Is Ixon improving? Let us check here. Yeah, he's on P6. Not sure if he has improved or not, but it's very, very hard to cast a time attack. But yeah, Terry winning it here with a very good time. You're only 0.2 behind the WR. And that is a very good time here for him, not gonna lie. Kanzinka behind and Sinus Apple taking the bronze medal.
Yeah, that's 3 Numalops players in the first 3 positions, living up to their name of being a very, very good full speed team there.
And being team of the year, not gonna. So maybe you have checked it for the Trackmania awards, but Numalops have been voted for team of the year, having both a strong tech and a strong full speed lineup. And you can see that they have it. So top 3, that was very good to see here. And yeah, we have the next map here, Homeless by Quao. So Quao was also a person that has organized a SpeedFun Cup. A little bit, yeah, unofficial, but he has also organized his own SpeedFun Cup. I think some months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, if I recall correctly. But yeah.
Yeah, on this map we can see very, very close records with the top 4 just being parted by 500s. So this is definitely a map where very exciting duels can happen.
Yeah, I mean it's 0.1 between 1st and 5th position roughly, and this is on such a style like that where you can build up a lot of momentum, and you can just march through and eventually be 0.2 ahead of a person. Is not that unlikely, and yeah, it just seems that people are pushing it here to the limit. And I would actually say that the seeding will be as close as the records here. But yeah, let's go into the free camera here to follow all camera, as someone is just tremendously lagging and someone is standing still at the start. So it's unfortunately not working out that well. So I'm just gonna follow Snix though here, who's also a player that I know, who's a very good SpeedFun player. And currently he is sitting on a comfortable 10th position, a little bit further behind because he just didn't get too much speed over that stretch there. And yeah, so far it's not looking too bad for him. I mean, 1 good turn and you just get a lot of speed. I think this turn is super important to get good here, and also this jump. But Snix though has failed it and goes back to the start. So let's see, what is Sinus Apple doing? Sinus Apple in first, but I jinxed him. Very nice. And he's dead. Harry is the first player who is about to finish here. 1 turn is remaining and he's finishing with a 50.54. So a good time here to start it off with. Only 0.37 away of WR, which is occupied by him as well.
Yeah, and we can actually see the live updated qualification statistics on the website of Team EVO. So we can nicely figure out with this map together what the standings are overall for the qualifications. And there we see Harry in front of Kanzinka and Ixon currently in the top 3 positions, having now already finished with a pretty decent time on this map.
Yeah, so Ixon not struggling this time, so that's cool to see. As Sinus Apple hasn't finished yet, so I'm gonna follow him. But just when I wanted to spectate it, he finished. Oh man, oh man. So let me actually check. Where did Sinus Apple end up into? In what position? Let us check here. He has gotten himself actually not a top 12 position by the looks of it. As the... Yeah, he's top 15, so I'm just gonna follow him a little bit. And maybe you can post in the link into my Twitch chat. That would be cool.
Absolutely.
Then we can do that. And yeah, currently Sinus Apple, yeah, is on minus, but yeah, not on a super minus, since he is 0.32 away of Harry here, who is on P1. But nice turn here, really, really good Apex, has a lot of speed, but had to release in the ending. But still, he's 0.56 ahead of his former set time. And this will be a huge improvement here for Sinus Apple, for the Dutch player. Make it 1 second here in the ending, and this is a nice time here, 50.88. Really nice Apex there in the ending. And Sinus Apple is redeeming himself once again and goes up into the top 6. So nice to see that. And let's go with Bluetick here for the last couple of turns here on his run. Currently 0.4 away, but he starts a fresh run now. And yeah, Alex, we have a time attack qualification, and also Happy New Year to you. And hopefully this one will be good. Better than 2020. I mean, this won't be hard, but yeah. Happy New Year to you, and also to all of the other people who are in the chat. Hopefully you have a nice year, and also had a nice start of the year. So yeah, 2021. I could pull off a joke, but I'm just gonna leave it aside here, as we are following Bluetick right now.
I will share the link to the standings with you on Discord, because Twitch is automatically filtering the link out of the chat.
Ah, oh, okay. Oof. So I have to post it in. Okay, so if you're interested to see how the standings are for the top, yeah, for all the placements, but especially for top 4 and also for top 20, you can do it here. Okay, I'm gonna do the joke. Okay, guys. You know what? 2019 and 2020 had a fight. What happened? You know, it was a really rough fight, but 2021. Oof. Oh, that's a joke that I loved so much with Virtual, actually, who told me that joke. And yeah, so shoutouts to Virtual here. Oh man. Okay, let's go into the cast again. Of course, it's the seeding, and let's go with yeah, let's go actually with Maxi, who is again on P20 and hasn't improved. Okay, who's still on a run? Krishan is on a run. He can maybe improve, but he is only, yeah, he's not even ahead of his PB, but still 0.2 of a second, and he could snipe that top 20 position, and yes, he will do so indeed. So Krishan up to P19, and we see also some position changes here in this region, but yeah. Not much has happened here still, as Ixon wins it here over Harry. So Harry has improved again, but it wasn't enough to yeah, to beat Ixon here, who is 12,000 faster. And then we have Striker on the podium place.
Yes, and taking this together, these two maps, we see Harry in first position, and then we have Kenshika, Ixon, and Ollie rounding off the podium. And actually, Ixon and Ollie both have exactly the same overall time after 2 maps.
That's yeah, super interesting. But I think it goes after thousands, or does it go after your ranking?
I think it adds the times together.
Okay, then it's super random that we see actually 2 people having the same time on the thousands of a second. So yeah, I think every thousands will be count, and the lower time you have, the better is your ranking. So if we take a look onto this one here, we can see that we already have a gap here. I cannot scroll to the left. That's epic. So we already have a gap here between. Look at that. Harry already a lead of almost 0.3 of a second. And then we have 2 people, Exxon and Ollie, who are tied, as you've said, and they are 0.1 ahead of Striker. And yeah, then it's going down pretty rapidly, I would say. I mean, from 97 to 99, that means seconds, of course. So 2 seconds for the players here to work with. And yeah, it's looking good for them, but still nothing is yeah, set in stone. One bad map, but this could really throw you off, as we have the third map out of 5 maps in this seeding. We have Points of Authority by Moni. Next map. Yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna follow Ixon here for this round. Maybe you can tell us something about this map.
I actually cannot. I have not seen this map before.
Same.
That makes it a bit difficult. But let me take a look at this first round. Maybe one thing that is interesting to mention regarding this map and also regarding the term SpeedFun is these auto drifts that you see the players go through that are automatically, the way the track is built, the cars are forced into a drift, and that actually distinguishes SpeedFun from full speed, for example. There are different terms, and it's how to distinguish them is sometimes a bit difficult. But full speed, fun speed, and speed fun are all, in theory, different styles. And what we are looking at, SpeedFun works with both releases and with auto drifts in the maps, and that adds another dimension to the usually more SD heavy and full speed driven full speed style. And you can see that very nicely here in this long right-hander with a jump in between that Ixon went through a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
That the cars automatically get into this drift, and that is intended. It's not a flaw of the driver in that moment. It is the faster way, and it's a part of the style.
Okay, but then I would say, isn't SpeedFun a little bit like NASCAR? Because there you have those auto slides as well, when you have this bent corners, you know? Those who are not straight.
Absolutely. I think makes the difference between those two styles is the full speed elements that you can find in SpeedFun, such as wall rides and loopings, that NASCAR often does not have. But traditionally, there are some NASCAR drivers that are also very good at SpeedFun. People like Nexor, for example, who also was registered for this cup but did not show up, unfortunately. He is someone who's very, very good at NASCAR tracks, but also super, super good at SpeedFun.
Yeah, I mean things overlap a little bit. It's a little bit like let's take Trackmania United. You have some environments that are completely different, but also the same, but also not. It's hard to explain that. But you have like same strategies that you are going for. Let's just take the gear on islands. You know, when you steer on islands and you gear up, you lose speed, as well as on coast. Let's just say there. And on stadium you have that as well, but you have to be in a drift, so it's different, but also not different. And I think it's the same with this kind of style. But I mean, I would all consider it under full speed a little bit, or just like, I don't want to like say, okay, this is this kind of map. For me, it's just a map that will be played. It's a mix of full speed NASCAR, and then this leads to SpeedFun or fun speed, either whether you have to drift or not, or you have those full speed elements in or not. But yeah, it's hard to really distinguish them, as you have mentioned beforehand.
Yeah, I think what really unites all these styles is that it's very speedy. The speed really brings them together. And what we actually missed just now is Muda driving a time just 1500ths away from the world record. He was so far only in 7th position, and now it seems like he will catch up some places.
Yeah, true. And what I have also seen is that one of my teammates that I've played the Trackmania Timeshares Trackmania champion, something like that, series, is playing as well. Davos is playing, so also a very good full speed player is playing. So nice seeing him. Shoutouts to him if you see that here. And was really fun playing that tournament. But we had a strong group, so we went out as last team. But yeah, it was really fun. And let's just see what Devils can do in this maybe last round already, because 50 seconds have been exceeded. Some players have only less than 50 seconds left till this map is over. Okay, gets a good turn. Also a lot of speed, and Anto is also ahead of him. But yeah, it's not enough to really gain a lot of speed here in this section. You can see he loses a lot of time in the bottom right corner. Goes for an SD and almost makes that mistake there, but was able to not crash into the wall. But yeah, didn't get the best speed outcome from here as well. He could have risked a little bit more, but still improves. But he's 1.4 seconds behind Muda, who's still on first position. And just behind Muda, we have Mooks and Ixon. So Mooks gets a podium place. I think that's... No, Mooks wasn't on the podium on the prior map, right?
No, he was not. This is a first for him, and he is actually, getting closer to the players in front of him overall with that, of course. And you were just talking about Devos. I think normally he definitely is a player that, a page 1 player, so to say, but he's not trained that well for this this competition. That's why we are seeing him a bit further behind.
Yeah, but also going to this competition, no train is also a good challenge for you, that you can just practice your skills and just try to learn a map from the get-go with just as little practice as you just had. And we have map number 4 now, which is Thought, yeah, of course. Through the Mountain. I'm also a Thought, yeah. Through the Mountain by Solo Climber. So, fitting name here. Mountain and Climber. Yeah, you get it. Okay. But yeah. Okay, I just stop making those terrible jokes today. But yeah, let's actually go with Mooks here in that first round. And he is gonna present us the map here, as the players have, again, 40 seconds of warm-up before we are going into the live round, just to prevent some lags. Or just that people can join in. Yeah, and there's that drifting element that you were talking about, an intended drift. You can also see that by the grass patch before that. So Mooks is intendingly drifting there because it's just the faster way. Okay, first round is coming up, or first, yeah. The 5 minutes are coming up, but players are approaching their first round. As I'm gonna go with... who we gonna spectate?
Let's go with Striker.
Okay, where is he? Oh man, that's so... Okay, let's go here. Okay, I found him. He's starting a new run. Let's go. Oh, he's starting a new run. Let's go. Okay, is he doing it again or not? No.
He does have a very good time in theory, so I'm positive that he'll bring a good round to the end for us here.
Nice, Jinx. But yeah, looking like a good start for him here, as you can see. Gets a lot of speed. Is a little bit behind Mooks, who had the fastest set CP there, as you can see in the top here. Yeah, didn't really lose ground contact and thus gets a lot of speed. Is 0.2 away, but still, if he finishes this run, this will be a good start for him. And yeah, this corner can be super tricky, as you can see. You can do it full speed, but you have to risk it so much, as well as the ending. You're so fast here, and you have to really get those slides pretty well. And Striker is doing it just like that, and is only 0.2 away, so he is, yeah, not losing anything in the ending, and eventually gets himself a good position here with P number 5, if I recall correctly, because my scoreboard is not loading. No, it was actually P6 now, but Sinus Apple, Mooks, Harry, Kanzinka, and Muda are ahead of him. Kanzinka, the player who has WR on this track.
Sinus Apple on a great time right now. 0.15 ahead of Muda in the CPs.
Let's go. Let's see what he can do. Okay, good turn here. Very wide. Look at that. He gets so much speed there in the ending. What is he doing? And he just drops a 0.50. That is a very good time. Only 0.4 away. And definitely something that will boot him up into the battle for that top 4, actually. That he is in, of course. But Striker is behind him. And remember, the player who is in that 5th position won't qualify to the final directly. And currently, Sinus Apple is standing still at the start and is not playing. Okay, that is very confident, actually. As I'm following Muda, but he just had a very bad turn here. But let's see, how much speed can he transfer over that one? Because, yeah, okay, that wasn't that good. So, Muda had to respawn to the start again. Okay, who hasn't finished yet? Let us check here. Hello? Okay, Devos hasn't finished yet, I'm seeing that. And he's on a run now, so let's go with him. Good start for him. Goes for a drift there. And also didn't really get too much speed. He has exited this turn very early and didn't get any speed with that. So he lost 0.5 with that turn. But this turn was very, very nicely executed by him. And also this one a little bit conservatively, but still he didn't lose too much with that. And currently is on P20, roughly make it P24 because he just didn't have a lot of speed. So as well as full speed, SpeedFun is very momentum based, and it can be something that is really punishing because when you have no speed, you just cannot do anything, and you lose time over time, and you can see it. He has slid there in the ending and jumped, and he all of a sudden has a 57-second time, so he lost 2 seconds just with 2 small or 3 small mistakes there.
Yes, with these very fast-paced tracks, a lot is very momentum-based, and a slight mistake can push you far behind in a time attack seeding.
Yeah, as I'm spectating Maxi right now, who didn't have a good time as well, but currently is minus 0.6 of his PB, and also gets this turn super, super nicely. You really want to avoid jumping, which is hard to do because you can easily lift up by steering in too early because the turn is just coming after that. So really nice ending, and Maxi is indeed improving. So let me go into the free camera and see if someone can actually finish here. And we have Krishan still, we have Mooks, they have also Rismist. And then
Mooks is on a great time right now. It really depends now on this last turn, which is he's taking quite well, and he snipes it.
Oof.
Last seconds. This map.
Yeah, that's important for him as well, because Mooks is marching up on that scoreboard and is now only 0.2 away of Striker. So we actually have a battle here for that top 4. Nothing is set in stone, and the last map is deciding it, who's directly qualifying to the final.
Yeah, Striker actually managed to improve his time there in the last few seconds, which brought him back to that 4th position. That would mean the automatic participation in the final, but it is super close. Between him and Muda, who's currently 5th, they're only 200th. So,
yeah,
it's still very open.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Harry and Ixon, of course, have the best chance, but of course they could also still drop out if they don't make it smoothly. But it's still like 8th place above, like from Oli, Mook, Sinus, Apple, Muda. They all have a chance for the top 4 spot here. And let me actually check here, top 20. Let us check here who's in there. I mean, Birne is 2 seconds ahead of Darji, who is on 21st. So Birne needs a very terrible round in order to not make it. So just finishing in a quite conservative run is enough for him to qualify to the actual second round. But yeah, let's go to the server again. And we're gonna go into the standing just after that, because it will be super overwhelming looking at everything. Maybe you can keep a little bit of an eye onto that. Maybe you can spot someone making a good run or a mistake, or who hasn't finished. That would be cool. But yeah, warm-up will end very soon. And then we have the last map here. It's Hybrid Theory by Rexine and also Moni. So Moni again has participated in the map as well. So that's cool to see. And let's go with the first round, as I will just follow Muda here, because I'm expecting him to just finish this run. No jinx intended. But let's see. He gives us a good overview here over the players, as we see some players dropping out, and also Muda almost making the mistake. They're going so wide and gets a lot of speed over that part, but not the most direct approach in this one. But gets a beautiful SD Muda with so much speed here. Look at that. He is currently on P5, but we have Mooks and another Evo player by the name of Rocco, or Roxo. I think he's pronounced like that. Ahead of him. And I'm going to follow Roxo actually here for that last couple of turns. And Ixon makes that mistake there, slides out. And we have a double Evo lead here coming to that section. But Oli presses B for boost here and overtakes Roxo in the ending. What a crazy ending by Oli here. Look at that. And also someone that's really pushed it there. But yeah, great times here already. 55.05 by Mooks, which is 0.5 behind Harry's WR.
Yes, Mooks, the only one who really was able to bring a full run without any mistakes to the finish in this first attempt. And one thing that you can see in this map now is some more turns that really seem like they are taken from a NASCAR map. And it's super difficult to actually keep the speed, just the right amount of speed through those turns without bouncing into the sides of the road and without releasing too much and eventually just losing all of your speed for the rest of the map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can already see it by players finishing with those times here. We have times that are ahead, like above the 1 minute mark, you know? And this map is definitely hard as only 24 players have finished thus far. So this shows us how hard this map is in 2 minutes. So yeah, and I mean, NASCAR for me is something that is fun to play in time attack, but I hate it in rounds. And this is a kind of rounds format because you kind of play under pressure and you have to deliver a good round at some point, you know? You don't have your casual time attack session where you just put yourself a time limit and stuff like that. So yeah, in those kind of pressure situation, and when you have to push it for the top 4 or also the top 20, you can get nervous and you can make mistakes. As I'm following Leonovic at the moment, who is on a good run, 2 seconds away, but gets a very good turn here. Look at that, he has caught up a lot in this section as he lost a lot of speed going to that last party, and he is indeed improving here. 7 seconds of an improvement and goes up to P15. But let's follow here who is actually in the battle. Let me check. Who has to improve? Muda has actually to improve.
Muda has to improve, yeah. Muda and Ollie are players that definitely have to improve. And Sinas is also someone who still has to bring a good run into the finish on this one.
True.
And the same goes for Ixon.
Oh, yeah.
And one crucial moment in this map is just before the wall ride. We've seen Muda go through it a few seconds ago. You have this one long turn in which you don't want to drift. And it's very, very easy to start a drift there or to go to wide. And if you miss that before the 180 wall ride, your whole run is down the drain.
Yeah, so I'm following Ixon at the moment, so he was just going through that wall ride you were talking about. And yeah, he is finishing about 0.7 away, but still a time that puts some pressure from his shoulders. And Sinus Apple also approaching the ending, but look at that, he's 1.5 seconds away here. And will he start a new run or not? He's actually not going for it. Oh, oops, my bottle just fell down. He's just finishing this run, and this is not a good time for Sinus Apple. As you can see, only 11th placement for him. And also for Muda, is he improving? Yes, he's on a banger of a time, look at that. And he's making it into the ending here. 0.2 away of Harry, and I think with that he has overtaken... he's overtaken. Ollie dropped to P7, and also Ixon is not making it into the top 4. Or can he still finish? No, he cannot finish. So, yeah, so many things are happening here.
And Striker will improve his time again to really cement his spot there. Oh, beautiful time by Striker. So he will definitely immediately go through to the final. But this last map really... this was the last map, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. This really shook things up again. Difficult map to be played last as well. And quite some changes. But now we have the final standings of this qualification phase. Maybe you can show them nicely on your screen.
Boop. So Harry wins it. Very, very impressive performance. Almost 0.4 ahead of Striker, who also did very good. And one of the players we didn't mention, unfortunately. But yeah, he did a great job as well. Stayed ahead of Kanzinka and also Muda. So those 4 players have directly qualified to the final that will be just played after round number 2. And then we have Mooks, who has to settle just behind Muda here, but is ahead of Ixon. So surprise for me that Ixon has not made it, but also Mooks made a super, super nice comeback. Maybe you remember, he was not that good on map 1 and 2. I think he was finding himself on P14 or something, and he was able to get like super close to Buddha here with a good performance. So Mooks on P5. Then we have Ixon, Ollie, Sinus Apple, Blue Tick, just ahead of his two teammates, Snixto, Roxo. And then we also have Lurk, Chroma, Nyx, and Copes 75, Yellow Dude. Krishan also made it, as well as Maxi. So 2 VIPs of my chat are through. Then Mr. Birne is also through, as well as Speed Self. So one player has dropped out because Mr. Birne